Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the EE Guru, and today we'll be talking about Ohm's Law. So what is Ohm's Law? Ohm's Law is an equation that describes the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. So you can typically find Ohm's Law written in this form: V equals I times R. And this form is describing the voltage drop across a resistor. In my later videos, I will talk about the concept of voltage drop across a resistor. But for right now, that's not too important because we are going to rewrite this Ohm's Law equation in a different form that is more intuitive. So we can rewrite Ohm's Law in the form of I is equal to V divided by R. In this situation, I is the current, V is the voltage, and R is the resistance. But with this form, it's more intuitive. We can see that voltage is directly proportional to current, meaning if we increase the value for voltage, we can expect to see more current flowing through the circuit. And also we can see that resistance is inversely proportional to current, meaning if we increase the value for resistance, we can expect less current to flow through the circuit. And I think this is a super important and intuitive understanding of Ohm's Law, and that's why this equation is very important. It's the same Ohm's Law equation, but just changed using algebra. This image does a great job of illustrating Ohm's Law. If we take a look at this image, we can see that voltage is denoted by its unit volts, current is denoted by its unit amps, and resistance is denoted by its unit ohms. If we take a look at this picture, we can see that voltage drives current. So the more voltage we have in our circuit, the more current that flows through the circuit. But the more resistance that we have in our circuits, the less current that flows through the circuit. And this is what Ohm's Law is describing. Let's work on an example problem together. So the problem states a circuit has a voltage source of 10 volts in series with a 2 ohm resistor. What is the current flowing through the circuit? You can pause the video and try to answer this problem on your own, and then we can work through it together. So I'll give you guys a second to pause it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the circuit to get a visual understanding of what's going on. Okay, so we have our 10 volt source in series with a 2 ohm resistor. We're going to use Ohm's Law to solve for the current flowing through the circuit. So the current flowing through the circuit is I, is denoted by the variable I. And we are going to write our Ohm's Law equation that states I is equal to voltage divided by resistance. And our voltage source is 10 volts, so we get that I is equal to 10, and our resistance or our resistor is 2 ohms. And we get 10 divided by 2, and we get the current is equal to 5 amps. So this is the answer right here. But my question to you guys is, what will happen if we increase the voltage source of this circuit? So if we increase the voltage from 10 volts to, let's say, 15 volts, will the current increase or decrease? Or will it stay the same? So let's give it a try. Let's increase the voltage from 10 volts to 15. So we are going to rewrite our equation and do 15 divided by 2. We get 7.25 amps. And this is an increase from the previous 5 amps that we got previously. So when we increase the voltage source from 10 to 15 volts, our current source also increased from 5 amps to 7.25 amps. And this is what we expect. And this is what Ohm's law is telling us. Voltage is directly proportional to current. So the more voltage we have in our circuit, the more current we have. So I'll leave you guys with this question. What will happen if we increase our resistance source or our resistor? When we increase it from 2 ohms to 5 ohms, what do you guys expect to happen to current? So that's the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Next video, I'll be talking about series and parallel circuits and also how to read and model electrical circuits. So stay tuned.